The Texas Senate has introduced a bill that will ban and criminalize overnight RV parking statewide. Today, we're getting into the details, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me here today. Right here, I have the text of the bill that was introduced to the Texas Senate that would essentially ban and criminalize overnight RV parking. Now, the target of this bill is by no means RVers, and they don't target RVers once in this text. However, quite often whenever bills are written, though, they are written with a heavy hand that gives a large umbrella of who they can penalize. And the exact text in this bill would definitely include RVers in this problem. Let's go over a few pieces of text I want to show you right now that are really essential to what's being voted on. To start off, the bill says it's relating to prohibitions on camping in a public place and creating a criminal offense. And in this bill, they define camping as the following. Camp means to reside temporarily in a place with a shelter. And how they define shelter to continue that is with a tent, a lean-to, a sleeping bag, a bedroll, blankets, or any form of shelter. So the idea that they included any form of shelter into this definitions definitely wraps up an RV, a travel trailer, a teardrop trailer. I would say even vehicles are easily wrapped into that definition of any other form of shelter. Now let's continue to dive a little deeper. This is where it really affects overnight RV parking. A person commits an offense if the person intentionally or knowingly camps in a public place without the consent of the officer or agency having the legal duty or authority to manage the public place. So in this case, a Walmart parking lot might not be so clear as asking the manager if it's okay to park in the parking lot, because that manager might not have the legal duty or authority to manage the public place. Furthermore, it goes into how an officer can establish evidence if this law is being broken. One of the simple ways that they say evidence is displayed is by sleeping. So that means evidence of sleeping probably means if an RV is parked at one parking spot for a period of 8 hours and no one has come or gone from the store, they might be able to infer in that scenario that someone is sleeping inside there. Or if they can see inside a window and someone is sleeping, that would be obvious evidence that this is broken, not only asking you to leave, but being able to arrest you on the grounds of a third-degree misdemeanor. So I know that's some kind of cumbersome stuff to go through on here. It's not in law yet, but it is on the block to be voted on. As RVers, I think it's our responsibility to reach out if you are from Texas and just to clarify that this does not involve RVs. And I would like to see that language be implemented inside the bill, because I don't think that they're targeting RVers by any means. But I think the generic wording in this bill and the heavy hand of government that's implemented in that bill would easily include RVs under the legalities of which it will impose. Keep that in mind. Definitely share the video with your Texas friends. Share it with your RV friends. Maybe even reach out to escapees to do a little lobbying with inside the state of Texas. It's where they're from anyways, so they probably have connections there. So keep that in mind. Nothing's set in stone yet, but it's one more thing that's happening this year that could negatively affect RVers traveling the country. We'll see you next time later on.